So we've already coded our girl so that way she will move and go up and down with the mouse. So now when we have coded that she's going to earn or lose points depending which one she touches. Okay, so now we are going to be coding this one. So I'm going to come over here to the starfish. She's collecting starfish. So I don't want to have to code a gazillion of these, so we're going to make a clone. So a clone is when it makes a copy and then it can still follow code. So I'm going to first come over here to controls and I'm going to add a forever loop. Okay, I'm going to say forever go to, and I'm going to forever create. So you're going to come down here just a little bit. You're going to say create a clone of myself. Now if you do that a lot, you need to usually put a wait in there so that they don't happen so fast that you can't see what's happening. So I usually like to do 2 or 3 seconds. Okay, so now it's creating a clone of myself. So whenever I do clones, I always like to hide the original so it's not in the way. So I'm hiding the original, and I want them to kind of start over here. So I am going to go to -196, and then on the Y position, I'm going to let you pick a random number so that way it comes out at a different spot each time, so it makes the game a little bit harder. And I'm going to say randomly go to, pick a random number between 18 and a -166. So that means that they'll just kind of stay kind of in the sand area here and not kind of up here in the ocean in the sky. Okay, so now, oh, and so this one, I forgot to say, let's get rid of it saying that. Okay, so let's debug that. I put that on the wrong code. So now it's starting to make a code of myself. But remember, if we make a clone, you have to come over here to your controls. And now that I've made the clone, you have to have a new event that says when I start as a clone. So when I start as a clone, the first thing you're going to want to do is have it show back up. So anytime you use a hide, you have to tell yourself somewhere there's going to be a show so you can see it. And then I'm going to use this same numbers here. So I'm going to say go to, and if you have a different background, your numbers here may be different. It could be anywhere from 180 to a -180. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say show, and I'm going to get a forever loop. So here's a forever loop. And inside the forever loop, what is going to happen? So I want it to forever move 10 steps. So it moves 10 steps. So it looks like they're still going. So it looks like, but you notice they're all starting in the same place. So I'm going to give this same code again. I'm going to say randomly go to, and then I'm going to do my operator again. Oops. I'm going to pick up my operator again, and I'm just going to write those same numbers again. Okay, so now it's starting to come out at different, see, it's going to different places now. Okay, and now I would have this one would move up and down to try to catch the starfish. So if it catches the starfish, you see that it is changing the score. So we're going to have to change that, a little bit of debugging. So it's forever going here. So now I'm going to have to add in some if statements. If it's doing something. So if it is touching, so you're going to go to sensing. If it is touching the Nor, I think is her name. If it's touching Nor, then I want to delete that clone. We don't need to see it anymore. It's already changed, so we're going to delete that clone. So if it is touching the edge, then we're also going to do that same code. So I could come over here and right click on this and duplicate. And then bring this down here, and then I change it to if touching the edge, delete this clone. So now you see that we have here. So if touching Nor, if touching the edge. So now we've already have the score made. So let's see if it is working. So there's one. So for some reason it is not working. So I'm going to change it over here. If touching nor, I think I'm going to add to change. I'm going to go back over here and make sure that I said score. And I'm just going to try it over here again. So I'm going to say set the score. If touching nor, change the score by 1. Okay. So now we have that, and now if we're touching the edge, it would just delete the clone. And so there we go. So let's see what we got. So right now, the crab isn't moving. But you see now that it's touching her, the score should be changing. Okay, so now to code the crab is very simple. So I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to drag this over here to the crab. And I'm going to drag this over here to the crab. So duplicating it. And now the only thing that I'm going to change here is I'm going to change that to a -1. So now anytime it touches the crab, so now they're both going. It looks like they're both going at the same spot. Nope, that happened to be luck that time. So if you touch the crab, you lose a point. If you touch the star, you get a point. So this is just how you would code this project. I hope you have fun.